Hi, my name is Kate McDonald. I am the Transportation Planning and Engagement Coordinator at Vermont Clean Communities here in Burlington, Vermont. I am on the Ethan Allen Homestead property, which is managed by the Winooski Valley Park District here in Burlington. Right now I'm going to explain a little bit about who uses this space, and then we'll jump into how those people are getting here. Right behind me here are the family room gardens. We also have the Vermont Garden Network's Teaching Gardens. Over beyond the parking lot down there is the AALV New Farms for New American Gardens. And then we also have the Ethan Allen Homestead Museum building, which houses the museum, the Alno Byway Cultural Center, the Burlington Forest Preschool, and then behind it is the Children's Discovery Garden and an event pavilion. Many of these people don't have access to their own yards or gardens or green spaces at home, so this is an important place for them to gather and have that resource. And people come here to recreate, walk their dogs, ride their bikes. This land opens up to a wonderful network of trails that extends to the Intervale Center as well. This land is public, it's open, it's available to all. However, it is not accessible to all. A lot of people who are using this space don't have access to their own personal vehicles or have a driver's license. Public transportation is very limited to get here. The closest bus stop is up on North Ave, which is a half mile from here, 35-minute walk across a very busy road. So we are going to show you kind of that journey of navigating how to get to this space. Follow us along. So I'm currently at the closest bus stop to the Ethan Allen Homestead. I'm on North Ave, right at the Route 127 exchange. A lot of people who don't have vehicles take the bus to the stop and then either walk or bike from there across North Ave onto the 127 exchange and then make their way to the homestead driveway. This is not a road designed for bicycles or pedestrians. There are no bike lanes or sidewalks, and people do this in all seasons, even when there's snowbanks up against the road. So here I turned down into the Ethan Allen Homestead driveway. This is where the Route 127 bike path meets the Ethan Allen Homestead. From there you can either ride the road or take the path all the way into the property. Now that I've parked my bike, I'm walking down. In this case, I'm going to the AALV New Farms for New Americans Gardens, which are accessible down this hill here. As we're walking through the parking lot, there's a lot of bikers, some walkers, and mostly people using personal vehicles to pick up their kids from the Forest Preschool.
My daughter goes to preschool here. She's my second kid that has, so we've been riding this bike for probably 3 years to Forest School pickup. Oftentimes I'll come through the Intervale. We live in Winooski. There's quite a few families here at the school that do it.
The Intervale trails connect to this portion of the Ethan Allen Homestead, so people coming from Winooski or the Old North End side of Burlington can access the homestead. Here we are at the beginning of the AALV New Farms for New American Garden plots. This space is not only used for people to garden at their leisure, it's really used for people who are feeding their families and feeding their families culturally appropriate foods. This space is also not accessible by car. People are really carrying in and out their harvest and their tools. We're now gonna head out of the Ethan Allen Homestead. As you can see, pedestrians and cyclists like me travel really close to cars and other tractors and farm equipment that operate on this road. It is quite confusing, as when you're driving back, often people think that they're driving on the wrong side of the road. However, the right side is the bike path. This is just one perspective of how people get here. However, this perspective does represent a lot of people who travel to and from the homestead who don't have access to personal vehicles.